I was a last semester master's student when I had him in class, and so and I went to C's that year, and I wasn't actually scheduled to, but I was asked to join a panel that had been accepted, and speak about it because I had been involved with teaching a linked course, and so I ended up going to 4Cs unexpectedly, and while I was there, Bob was there as well, and I remember thinking, when he was speaking, I couldn't believe the throng of people who were going to see him,
right.
and didn't quite realize the import of who he was, in the field until that moment, and I was really just, again, getting to know the field.
And he had these kind of wild interests, because he's interested in professional wrestling. And you read his work and it doesn't strike you as this guy's also interested in professional wrestling, and he, Grateful Dead, he had this, this kind of other interests, and I think to get him talking about those, I think would have been fun.
So I can recall frequently big boxes coming and being delivered. I wish we were in the place where it was, and I could show you exactly where they would be deposited. And Bob would, with great glee, get out his little knife and open the box and just sort of luxuriate in whatever new materials had come. While they were a national archive, we were talking about this on the way up in the car, they were really Bob's. They had he had he just had this sort of intense personal connection with those books. So you might be talking about anything, and he'd go and pull out this thing from 1866 and leaf over to page 121 and show you parsing of a certain, So they were his intimate friends. And he really did feel very, very possessive about them. He used them in his graduate courses, and they would be right in the seminar room where they would be taken in for conversation. And then he would use them for his own research. So they were clearly public at one level, but they were always clearly Bob's.
It was back in January 1990, right after I started here, that Bob Connors approached me about going and picking up a collection that he had come in possession of. It was Professor Richard Beal, and it was his large collection of books on rhetoric and composition, as well as his personal papers. So Bob and I and the head of collection development went out on a snowy night, with snow coming over our shoes, and boxed up pretty much what you see here in both aisles on the other side, brought it back along with the papers. At the time, we didn't have the staffing to really deal with the papers, so the research materials in paper form went to the University of Rhode Island, but we kept all of the textbooks and writing books, some of them dating back to the early 1800s. And here they are.
What we're going to do with this index is allow our description of the material and the commentary to be searchable by tags. And as we add other archives, we're aiming to ask other archives to use the system. We'll be able to tag their contents as well, so that at any time you could ask for related documents. So if we have Peter Elbow cited over in this commentary, and we have in Ken Bruffy's works a review by Peter Elbow of workshops that Ken Bruffy was leading, and Bruffy's answer to Elbow, this index will pick up that exchange. It'll also pick up other people's comments on it. So you get other people commenting, and any other person who mentioned that, we can link all those. And we can say to that, if you want the appropriate documents, we can go to all these different collections. In addition, we'll be able to say what is trending. Are Peter Elbow's things trending, or Ken Bruffy's? Is this document trending or not? And from that, if we have other archives in this, you can begin to go nationally on this. Or, if you tag such things as the word revision or whack, you should be historically able to track the movement, the distribution of whack ideas through that. That's a long way from now. But that's how we're indexing to make that possible. I'll be out of here before that's done, but I will be here for the index.